My parents kicked me out to make room for my pregnant sister, so I stopped paying their mortgage. I'm a 33-year-old single mom raising my 5-year-old daughter. After my relationship ended during pregnancy, I moved back in with my parents. They insisted I live with them, saying they'd help with childcare. I'd pay rent instead of getting my own place and save money while having family support. For a while, it worked. I paid rent monthly, and my mom occasionally babysat, though I mostly relied on a full-time nanny. Everything changed when my younger sister Ava came home from Croatia. She's 29, pregnant, and has always been the family favorite. Growing up, she bullied me physically and emotionally, but my parents always brushed it off, saying, "She's your little sister." The moment I saw her sprawled on our couch, I knew trouble was coming. When I asked my mom how long Ava was staying, she yelled, "I'm here to stay. Do you have a problem with that?" My mom explained that Ava's husband got transferred back, and though he had company accommodation, they thought it was best for Ava to stay during pregnancy and after the baby was born. When I had my daughter, I got minimal support. My mom told me it was something I needed to learn as part of motherhood. But here she was, cooking for Ava, bringing her supplements, making her completely comfortable. A few days later, I came home from work to find my worst fears realized. My belongings, suitcases, boxes, bags, were sitting on the front porch. My daughter was there too, hugging her knees, looking small and scared. I rushed over, trying to stay calm. "What's going on, sweetie?" My heart was sinking as I held her tight. I marched into the house with blood boiling. Ava was sprawled on the couch with a smug grin, eating like nothing happened. My mother pretended not to notice anything. "What is this?" I demanded. "Why is my stuff outside?" Ava chuckled sarcastically. "We needed more space. It's not like you're irreplaceable." My mom emerged from the kitchen, her voice colder than I'd ever heard. "You always knew you couldn't stay here forever. Ava is pregnant and needs peace and space. You're an adult. You'll figure it out." "You're kicking me out? Me and my daughter? After everything I've done for you?" "Ava needs support," my father muttered, not even looking in my direction. The smug look on Ava's face made me sick. She'd gotten exactly what she wanted, me out of the picture. I knew arguing was pointless. I took my daughter's hand, grabbed our things, and walked out. But I wasn't going to let this go. I contacted the bank to inform them I would no longer be paying the mortgage on my parents' house. The loan was in my name, something they'd conveniently forgotten when they kicked me out. I also hired a lawyer to ensure they couldn't legally evict me without proper notice. Meanwhile, I found a small apartment where my daughter could sleep peacefully without fear of being kicked out again. A few weeks later, my parents received notice that their house was going into foreclosure. My mom called hysterical, begging me to reconsider. She said I was being cruel, that Ava couldn't handle stress during pregnancy. "What about the stress you caused me and my daughter?" I asked. There was silence, as if she finally realized what they'd done. Ava tried reaching out too, but I ignored every call and text. They were reaping what they'd sown. The house was sold, and my parents had to move into a small apartment. Ava and her husband were forced to live on their own without the luxury they expected. As for me, I found a better job, saved money, and built a new life. Just my daughter and me, and that was more than enough. Months later, things got worse for them. My dad's pension barely covered bills. My mom took a cashier job to make ends meet. Ava's husband couldn't handle being the sole provider and walked out, leaving her abandoned with a baby. When my mother called begging for help, her voice trembling with desperation, I felt a mix of anger and satisfaction. Where was this compassion when I needed it? I asked calmly. "You made your choices. Now live with them." I heard through relatives that Ava ended up in a shelter with her baby, and my parents were selling furniture to pay debts. Meanwhile, I thrived. Better job, savings growing, new life built from scratch.